Welcome to Vacuum Wars, where in the past I've tested lots of carpet cleaners, spot cleaners, and carpet cleaner shampoos, but until now I've never tested any carpet stain remover sprays. So I decided to buy 12 of the most popular brands and test them in a controlled way against urine stains. In this case, I used coyote urine. One set of stains I let dry for 24 hours, and one set was fresh. With the first test, I tried to use exact amounts of all the different sprays, 1 ounce to be exact, but I had to pour it on the stain instead of spraying it, which I think sort of spread the stain around more than it should have. I also did almost no agitation on this first round of tests, and the results were not that great overall. I corrected a lot of that in the second test, where I used the sprayer that time. I also shook them up and agitated them a lot more by scrubbing with my gloved fingers, though this is where I learned that it's important not to agitate them in a way that spreads the stain more, because I definitely made the stain area bigger by doing it this way. I also used this same method on one set of the dried stains from the first test to see how a second treatment would do, which was pretty good actually. So I found that the two Resolve products were the best of the ones I tried, and by a pretty good margin. Though if I had to choose, I think that the Resolve Carpet and Rug was a bit better than the Resolve Urine Destroyer. So I did 2 sets of tests on a colored carpet and determined that none of the sprays that I was using discolored that carpet, or at least that I could tell. The next test was to see if it was better to use the Resolve plus a spot cleaner like you would with a pre-treatment, or the Resolve as a pre-treatment plus a carpet cleaner, or just the Resolve only with no machines. And I determined that though it was close, using the spray like a pre-treatment first and then using the carpet cleaner was preferred over the spot cleaner. I then ran some tests to see if a smaller, cheaper carpet cleaner could achieve the same results. I used the Hoover Power Dash, which was my budget pick in a recent video, and it did just as good. Interestingly, I also found that using a carpet cleaner without any pre-treatment was actually better than using just the pre-treatment blotting method alone, and I tried this with both wet and dry stains. So I found the best way to clean a stain, to the point that you can't even tell it was there, even on white carpet, was to use the Resolve Carpet and Rug as directed, including the blotting, and then follow that process up with a few passes from a cheap carpet cleaner. You don't even have to use that much carpet shampoo in the cleaner to get good results, though I was using the Bissell Professional 4X, which I've found to be my favorite in other tests. However, you can achieve very similar results by just doing another round of blotting with the Resolve alone, or by one application of the Resolve and blotting and then using an iron to steam the stain with a wet cloth on top of it. But for now, I can confidently say that my favorite stain remover spray for organic fluids is the Resolve Carpet and Rug or Urine Destroyer, but for best results, follow that up with one of these 3 other methods.